Okay, so today's workshop is the Disability Inclusive Library Resources for Grad Students. I am Ben Corriette. I am serving as I have served as the Disability Liaison Officer on the GLC, or the Graduate Library Committee, for the past 2 academic years. And I am happy to be with you here this afternoon. So our agenda today, we're going to start off with the welcome and introductions. Then we'll move on to an overview of the library system. And then we will talk about the disability inclusive library resources for grad students. And we'll finally have a wrap up and conclusion. So probably 20 to 30 minutes it will be for this presentation in total. So let's start off with the welcome and introductions. We want to be able to introduce ourselves as a GLC, but we also want to get to know you better as well. So, so those of you who, first of all, for those of you who may want to access prior workshops that the Graduate Library Committee has recorded, we do have a YouTube channel, which I'm going to post for you in the chat right now. And we're actually going to be posting this workshop there as well. So make sure that you go there and just take a look at some of the videos that we have. I think they will be resourceful for you. All right, so I just put that in the chat. Go ahead and bookmark that page for your future reference. So let me introduce myself. My name is Ben Corriette. As I mentioned before, I am a 4th-year PhD in computer science student hailing from Orlando, Florida. My research focus is specifically on human-computer interaction and accessibility. So I have the privilege of working with people who are disabled to be able to leverage technology to make their lives, help them have a better quality of life. That's ultimately going to be the goal of my research for my dissertation. And thus far in my journey, it's really been a pleasure to be able to work with the disability community. Specifically, I've been working with the blind and visually impaired. We do have a few other GLC members here on the call, so I'm just going to ask them to briefly unmute and, if possible, open their camera and just say a few words about themselves as far as who they are, what they're studying, and how long they've been with the GLC.
I am Tommy Waters. I am the graduate librarian. I've been at Howard for going on 15 years.
Thank you very much, Mr. Waters. Ms. Clark or Ms. Adenike, are you available at this time? If not, that's okay. We can keep moving forward.
Hi, everyone. I'm available.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Adenike. Can you just quickly introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Adenike Adegoke. I'm a second-year student of Department of Communication, Culture, and Media Studies. I'm originally from Nigeria. And my research interest goes across social media, political communication, fashion communication, and everything that has to do with media. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ms. Adenike and Ms. Clark, are you available? Maybe she is not at this time, and that's fine. So now I want to give our participants an opportunity to introduce themselves. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you're connected to the disability community at Howard University. Let's start with you, Pamela. Could you tell us a little bit more about you?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Pamela Thomas Roots, and I am one of the medical librarians here at Howard University's Lewis Stokes Health Sciences Library. And I I guess the way I'm connected to the disability community would be if any of our patrons come in here and need assistance. I haven't had any, but I'm sure that if we ever do, there might be resources that I can direct them to. But pretty much my focus here in my role is to assist the patrons that come here to the Lewis Stokes Health Sciences Library with their information and data needs. And for the most part, they are the health sciences students in our College of Pharmacy, College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, the medical school here at Howard, the dental school here at Howard. I don't know if I'm missing any others, but pretty much all those people who are seeking data and information relative to health sciences, medicine, dentistry, pharmacy. Yes, but those that are disabled and may come to use our services, I'm sure I can help them too.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Pamela. John, can you say just a few words about yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name's John. I'm I suppose what I'm going on the fourth year, PhD student, running behind a little bit. But yeah, so I guess my connection to disability is I'm totally deaf in my left ear, and you know, which causes some problems, particularly in in-person classes and things like that, because people might think I'm ignoring them, but I'm not. And then also I've kind of had a lifelong battle with ADHD, which got real bad the semester before last, so I had to go into to get some treatment for that. And I've been very cognizant of it all. So yeah, so that's me.
Thank you, John. Rita, do you mind saying a few words about yourself so we can get to know you a bit? All right, looks like she may not be available. Donna, welcome, welcome. Do you mind saying a few
I'm
words?
sorry, but I saw Rita mention information in the chat.
Okay, let's see what she said. Sorry, I may have missed that. All right. What she say? Oh, she can't talk. Okay. Understood. Thank you very much, Rita. I didn't see that chat message. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Yes, Donna, please.
Oh, hold on, my friend.
Mhm.
Well, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much. I'm Donna Alexander with the Health Sciences Library. Pam is my neighbor here.
Oh, nice.
I primarily serve the hospital physicians and the GME residents. So I do a lot of going over to the hospital that I lovingly call the mothership. So we're going to be doing some cafe consults next Thursday. We'll be setting up a table in the hospital cafeteria to just accost people as they go by, especially the 275 residents, but to introduce them to the health sciences databases, the services that we offer. There are 4 librarians here. We each have a focus, like Pam's is nursing, Jeremy's is dentistry or pharmacy, and I've got the hospital and the residents. The 4th librarian is our interlibrary loan diva. And so anytime you need a request, please check out the Health Sciences Library website at hsl.howard.edu. And you can reach out to us either by email or on Teams. But yeah, my role is to drum up a little bit more visibility and do a little bit more outreach. So if there's anything I can do to help get your word out, we'll share the love. But yeah, let's drum up some business and reach out to our users to let them know that this is a research facility and we are here to help basically with whatever need you have. We do posters for medical conferences, and, lit searches, and pretty much, we're at your service. So please stop by or send us a note and come see us next Thursday at the hospital if you can make it over.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Donna.
Thank you for letting me be long-winded.
Not at all, not at all.
Cheers.
Donna and Pamela and Mr. Waters, as I go through our library system and highlight the different centers and libraries that we have, once I get to your respective library or research center, if you have anything that you would like to add that I'm not mentioning, feel free to unmute yourself, raise your hand if you'd like, and add any gaps that I may have missed, specifically as it relates to our disability community here at Howard University. All right, so let us get started with our library system. Just a moment. Okay, so we'll give you an overview of the library system. I cannot assume that all of you know the different libraries and research centers that we have here at Howard University. So I'm going to be talking about 6 libraries and research centers. And it is, as far as I have found, all of them are open 7 days per week. All right. So I'm going to be asking also about your inclusivity and accessibility experience at each of these specific libraries, so we can talk about it and discuss it as a group. First, let's talk about our flagship library. I think this is really an icon of Howard University. And matter of fact, it's on a logo. And this is Founders. Back in 2016, the National Trust for Historic Preservation has named our library, Founders Library, as an official national treasure. Now, within Howard University, we have the Moreland Spingard Research Center, or the MSRC. And we also have the University Archives and Museum that are located within Founders Library. A contact person that would be helpful for you would be Miss Celia Daniel, who is the head of reference and the instruction librarian at Founders Library. Can you raise your hand if you have not been? How many of you have not been to Founders before? Okay, looks like everyone has been to Founders. Well, good.
Hey, Ben,
Yes, Mr. Waters,
make a
please.
correction. Celia Daniels, she retired.
Oh,
So right now we don't have a head of the library, but they can always contact me.
okay. So please contact Mr. Waters for any concerns as it relates to Founders Library. And I also want to ask those of us on the line, if you have had any accessibility or inclusivity concerns when using Founders Library. Is there anything there that perhaps you've had trouble accessing because of your disability? If you have, please let us know. And also use the chat. We'll look back, and I know Rita is not able to unmute right now. So Rita, if you had any issues, please add that in the chat, and we will take a look at it. It looks like we have a chat message here. Okay, Rita, no, okay, so Founders has been good to you. All right, good for you, great. All right, let's move forward. So the Moreland Spingard Research Center, or the MSRC, this is housed within Founders Library, and it is recognized as one of the world's largest and most comprehensive repositories for the documentation of the history and culture of people of African descent in Africa, the Americas, and other parts of the world. So all of you who are interested in African American history, or just curious about learning more about the diaspora, this would be a wonderful place to spend some time. The contact information is there. They do have a specific email and phone number that you can contact them. Okay. Does anyone have any concerns? Well, first of all, how many of you have been to the MSRC? See if anybody, I see any raised hands.
I
Okay.
haven't been there, but I have referred some of our students there on occasions.
Okay, okay. Rita, you've been there. Okay, Rita, have you had any accessibility or inclusivity issues at MSRC, or has everything been okay for you? Please let us know in the chat. Great. All right. That said, let's keep moving forward. Now let's talk about the School of Business. The School of Business supports the 8 departments within the School of Business. It also serves as an information hub by way of resource sharing and networking for all other disciplines. And Ms. Adia Coleman is the business librarian and also the manager of the Patent and Trademark Resource Center. So again, these information will be shared with you once we get this recording up. Now, how many students here actually use the School of Business? I know, John, you're a computer science major, but anyone else use the School of Business Center? School of Business Library, sorry. If not, we can keep moving forward. If you do, I definitely want to hear any concerns that you have from your time at the Business Library. All right, thank you, Mr. Waters, for sharing your information in the chat as well. All right, let's move forward. School of Divinity Library. This is located on our West Campus. And the Divinity Collection is housed on the 4th floor of the law library. And currently, it is restricted to Howard Law and Divinity students, faculty, and staff. Now, the contact person for the School Divinity Library is Ms. Carrie M. Hackney. She is the Divinity Librarian as well as the Director of Operations and Administration. Do we have any Divinity or law students on the call today? I don't think we have. But it's good to know if you do know School of Divinity or Howard Law colleagues, faculty and staff. This is good information that you can share with them if they do have a disability. Let's move on to the law library. So in 2021, our law library was renamed to honor Mr. Vernon E. Jordan Jr., who was a Howard Law alumnus and went on to be a seminal figure in the civil rights movement, as well as a high-profile fixture here in the Washington, D.C. area. The contact person for the law library is Carmel Henry Smith, and she is the head of access services. So any accessibility issues or requests that you have, please contact Carmel. And she's also in charge of the library technology over at the law library. How many of you have been to the law library? Well, actually, you can't go to the library unless you are a law student, and I don't think we have any law students here on the call today. All right, let's move forward. So here we have Pamela and Donna. This is your wheelhouse. This is your wheelhouse. And if anything that you want to add to what I say, please do. Is Mr. Lawrence Tucker still the head of access services at Lewis Stokes?
Well, to let you know, his last day was 2 days ago.
Oh my.
So the contact you probably should put there is probably Dr. Fatima Barnes.
Fatima Barnes, okay.
She's the director of the library.
Okay.
Her exact title is executive director of the Lewis Stokes Health Sciences Library.
Okay.
And I guess I'll put her information in the chat for you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Lawrence is no longer here. The address is correct. The website has changed.
Okay.
It's hsl.howard.edu. I'll put that in the chat for you as well.
Thank you very much.
But the picture is exact. That is exactly what we look like. That is the Lewis Stokes Health Sciences Library.
Wonderful, wonderful. Donna, anything you want to add as well?
I think she left. She's not on the participations list.
Oh, Sheila. Okay, okay, got it, understood. Understood. So just a little information about Lewis Stokes. It supports the objectives of the health sciences colleges by making accessible health sciences information that advances research, scholarship, education, and patient care by providing research assistance and training programs that address the needs of students, faculty, staff, and the Howard community. Now, how many of you on the call have used the Lewis Stokes Library? You can raise a hand, put it in the chat, or unmute. Let's see here. Okay, so Rita, you've been there. Rita, have you had any accessibility concerns or inclusivity concerns at Lewis Stokes? Please let us know in the chat. No, okay. Thank you very much, Rita. So Pamela, apparently you at the Lewis Stokes Library are doing a great job. She has had no issues at all. So wonderful.
Well, that's perfect to hear. And also to let you all know that this library was named after Lewis Stokes, who was a civil rights pioneer, and he advocated for disparities within the minority African American community. And he was also a congressman. And the library opened in 2001. So
looks very modern. Yes. So yeah.
Our library website is hsl.howard.edu, and it gives you the hours of the library. We're pretty open for a long period of time during the week, Mondays through Thursday from 8 in the morning until 12 midnight. Friday, we close at 8 in the evening, and then Saturday and Sunday, we're open from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. So again, yes, we're another library open 7 days a week.
Wonderful, wonderful. So next, we are going to talk about the specific resources for grad students. Mr. Waters, I just want to quickly ask you, out of the 6 libraries and research centers that I highlighted, was there any other library or research center that you wanted to discuss with the participants before we move on?
No.
Okay, all right. So we've covered all the bases. So let's go ahead and move forward into the resources. So you may be wondering which libraries have wheelchair access. Well, 3 of them do. Founders, School of Business, and the School of Divinity. If there's any other libraries who have wheelchair access, please let everyone know. All right. Okay. So next up, you may be wondering who to contact for specialized support for my research. So you have Mr. Tommy Waters, who is with us on the call right now. And Mr. Waters, you said I don't think Miss Daniel is no longer in that position, correct? So it would just be you.
Correct.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for that.
Hold on.
All right. So moving on to additional support resources. So if there's any content on the Howard websites where you may have issues with accessing content, you can contact the web accessibility services at that email address, which is webservices@howard.edu. We're getting a little bit of feedback. Julie, is that you? Julie, if you could mute yourself, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you can contact webservices@howard.edu or call them at that number if you need to get access to content on any Howard University affiliated website. Also, some of you may have experience with the Disability Support Services, which is under the Office of Student Services. They are open 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're located in the undergraduate library, sublevel 1, suite L013. You can contact them via email or phone, or better yet, you can stop by there physically and give them a visit. Those of you who are on the call, how many of you have actually had experience with disability support services? And if you have, can you share briefly about how that process has been for you and getting the information and accommodations that you need as a Howard graduate student? Julie, I see your hand. Please share.
I'm sorry. I have a disability. I have a hearing impairment. The school, the disability services, I'm sorry, y'all put me on the spot, but they haven't been very helpful with resources for the hearing impaired. And I wish it was better, but it's not.
Got it. Understood. Julie, have you, as someone with a hearing impairment, have you had any problems as far as accessing library services for your research needs?
No, not yet. Well, no, I don't think I will have. I hope I won't. But this will be my semester where will be doing more research because not this semester, but this summer and fall of this year because I'll be working on my capstone. So I'll probably be using your library resources a whole lot. So this is very helpful.
Wonderful. Please reach out to Mr. Waters if you have any needs that will help streamline your research process. He's ready and available and willing to help wherever needed. Rita, I do see your message here in the chat. You said it took a long time for an application to be reviewed, but once you followed up on the application, someone got back to me and scheduled your interview. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Rita. Anyone else want to quickly share their experience before we wrap up the workshop today? Okay. Well, hearing no one, we are going to wrap up our presentation today. I want to thank all of you for coming and participating. Would be happy to take any questions, concerns, or feedback you have at this time.
So I don't have any questions, but I do have some feedback.
Sure.
I don't know of any disabilities of myself, but I'm pretty new to this position, although in a month I will have been here for a year. But I spent a lot of time working in the DC public library system.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, I came across a lot of people who are either deaf or blind.
Mm-hmm.
And if I just want to make a comment that I was able to help them, especially those that were deaf, with writing, in terms of them writing to me what their needs were, I writing back to them what I could offer them and help them in various ways. So that's a good tool to work with people who are deaf, to communicate. They write you write back to them with the responses back and forth. I look forward to having to do that. If I have to do that here at the Lewis Stokes Health Sciences Library, it's a great way to communicate.
Absolutely.
Also, you can also type too. You know, we're all surrounded by phones that text. We're all surrounded by computer laptops. That's a good way to communicate as well to help those who are deaf. Now, there's a lot of tools that some libraries have for the blind. I'm not sure if Lewis Stokes Health Sciences Library has any. I'm sure I can find out. And if not, I'm sure we can get some.
Okay.
But there's always a way you can go and extend yourself to help those who are disabled in various ways. You know, to help them with their literature searching or getting them the data they need.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you, Pamela, for availing yourself of these opportunities to really assist people who do have those impairments. Definitely much appreciated. Um, so the question we have from Rita, looks like Rita just left the meeting, but she was asking, are there any resources specifically for grad students at, I believe she was referring to inclusivity and accessibility resources, specifically for grad students who are using the library resources at Howard University. I did not see anything that was specific to grad students per se. I believe it was for pretty much all students who use the library system, but I'm going to defer to Mr. Waters and Pamela. If you know of any other resources that may be specific to graduate students, if you do, please let us know.
Are you referring to disabled graduate students or just
Yes.
graduate students, period?
I believe that Rita is referring to disabled graduate students.
Okay, I'm not quite sure. I represent and I work here at the Lewis Stokes Health Sciences Library.
Mhm.
So I'm not quite sure, but
Okay.
I can do some research and get back with Rita. I can get back with you if that's what you're interested in.
I'll be very interested in that, Pamela. Thank you so much. And does anyone else have any other comments, concerns, feedback before we wrap up our presentation today? Okay. Well, hearing none, thank you all for attending today's presentation. And I hope that you were able to learn something from the presentation that we had today. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to our graduate librarian, which is Mr. Tommy Waters, who was here on the call today. And yes, good to see you, Mr. Waters. And thanks again. And Ms. Pamela, I will reach out to you via email and see if we can get further resources for our graduate students who use the Lewis Stokes Library.
Certainly. So, Mr. Corriette, what is your email address?
It's my first name. Well, I'll go and put it in the chat for you right now. It's my
Okay.
first name dot last name at bison.howard.edu. Let me put that in the chat for you. And so you can have that moving forward.
Okay, so I'll start with sending you an email, then you'll be linked to my email.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great. Thanks, everyone, and have a wonderful Friday.
Okay, thank you. You too.